What's good, young people? It's your man, Bari the Beautiful. You're watching SixShot TV, and a time to romance, yeah. It's the time of love. It's Valentine's Day, weekend, whatever. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Please try to spend some quality naked time with somebody you care for. And you know what I'm gonna do? Before I even jump into the regular stuff, I'm gonna give back. And I wanna show my sensitive side to all the women out there. Sometimes y'all be thinking I'm a little too hard, I'm a little too crazy. I wanna let y'all know I'm just acting. This is all fake. I'm just trying to entertain you. Deep down inside, I am an emotional and romantic person willing to give to the person that I am spending naked time with during this 3 or 4 day stretch, at least. And I have something from my own personal collection I want to share with you. I call this the Bari the Beautiful Bag de Amour. That's right, I pull this bag out every year during Valentine's, and it's 100% effective. Because inside of this bag, I am going to have all the things that I and now you need to have a successful Valentine's Day. I'm an emotional person. I'm a giver. Okay, I know, Eva Mendez, I owe you a haiku, I understand this. But right now, I just need to give back to the people. The bag is very simple, but yet effective. You want to know the contents of the bag? Let's delve into the contents of the Bari the Beautiful Bag de Amour. The first thing we want to start with in the bag has to be a nice fresh bottle of Spanish Fly. This is very important because it's very romantic. Spanish Fly makes the juicy that much juicier. Believe you me, I learned this many years ago. Spanish Fly will make the juicy that much juicier. I prefer hot cherry, but there are a bunch of different flavors of Spanish Fly. If you choose to have some, that's fine. I will say this: if you or your partner has never used Spanish Fly, please use some discretion. You don't want to get it too juicy if you're not prepared to go that far. Okay, that's just something I want to say. I support the use of Spanish Fly, but if it's your first time, use a little bit. I damn hear that. Don't just use the whole bottle, because you might not be ready for the juiciness to get that much more juicy when the Spanish Fly hits what it's going to hit during Valentine's. When you're trying to be romantic and stuff, and you're giving to the other part, you're showing your partner you care. So you start with the Spanish Fly. That's beforehand. You get that prepared. And then to set the evening really right, you get you a 40 ounce of malt liquor. And I want to say this. I don't know if you realize this, but malt liquor soothes the savage beast in all of us. Me and you. And it will definitely set you up for the night you are looking for. Sometimes you want to have a night so good, you forget it in the morning. And let me tell you something, a 40 ounce of St. Ives malt liquor will do that to you. Some people prefer Old English, so be it. There are a bunch of other new brands I'm not so acquainted with. Whatever is your choice, please don't get a 40 ounce of Coors Light. We are going for the malt liquor feel in the Bag de Amour, so some brand of malt liquor will do the trick. So now that you have your Spanish Fly and you have your 40 ounces of malt liquor, I choose St. Ives. This is my personal brand. You're letting all that happen. All the intertwining of the pity poo has gone down. You have rocked her world, and she has rocked your world, and everything is happening. The final thing in the Bari the Beautiful Bag de Amour, Febreze. You got to have the Febreze so that you can clean up after yourself when all the naked time is over. I would like to say this. There should never be Spanish Fly without Febreze. I don't know why they don't sell this together, but they should. Because after the juicy gets that much juicier, which is fine when you have a naked time and you're intertwined, that's fine. But after you're done, 1, 2, 3 hours, however long you decide to go, because it's Valentine's, you usually gotta sleep there. Alright? And even changing the sheets so that nobody has to sleep in the wet spot won't get rid of that love juice aroma that's in the air. Nothing like a little Febreze. Listen, you got to have Febreze. Everybody that's getting freaky, you should have multiple bottles of Febreze in your house. This is a must. If you have all 3 elements with you, during this Valentine's weekend, you will surely achieve all the goals and desires you have. You will have a bunch of nigga time. You will have a smile on your face. You'll be able to sleep where you just had that fun because you have Spanish fly, more liquor, and of course some Febreze. This is, you don't have one without the other. Just let that be known. All right. I'm only gonna talk about one thing this week because it's a pretty big topic, and that of course is the Grammys. I watched the entire Grammys. I loved it. You know, some people said they didn't like it so much. It gave me all I was looking for. It gave me some time. And listen, you put Mars there on the stage, you immediately get an A+ show for me. That's a real group. Been around longer than I've been alive. I rocked with the time, and thank goodness for the Grammys for throwing them on. Tina Turner, Beyonce, I was happy Tina didn't have a heart attack trying to keep up with Beyonce. That was a beautiful thing. Maybe Beyonce is getting a little thicker. I personally enjoy it. Glad Kanye West won. The tribute to his mom had me choked up. I called my mother as soon as it was over. I kid you not. Loved Amy Winehouse's reaction. That was great. Wasn't so sure about the nigga shirt from Baby Nas. That wasn't the right moment, but Khalees was riding with you, so y'all went for it. And of course, that Alicia Keys was just, they gave her 2 times for me and her hips. But the most important thing everybody's talking about after the Grammys lasted only 2 seconds on the show, and that is the infamous hug between Jay-Z and Rihanna. And when she hugged him, I said, oh boy, everybody was like, oh, she shouldn't have done it. She shouldn't have done it. A lot of people have different opinions on it. Everybody wants a lot of people email, what do you think, boy? What's going on? I tell you this much. She should have known better. That's her fault. This whole controversy is her fault. The manner that she hugged him, I know they won the song together, so be it. The manner that she hugged him did not show me something like, that's my brother, because he threw her arm like over his shoulder a little bit, like, you know, caressively, and you know, you can see Jay's face like, you know, don't, because he knew better. He had been wise enough and old enough to know that this is not the place or time for this type of affection. Even if you out there feel like, you know what, Jay-Z has never seen Rihanna in a nude. If you want to believe that, so be it. If that's the case, she still has to let everybody assumes that to be the case. So now the time for a dab, like a chest bump. It is not time for yay! It's millions of people watching. We're in the front row of the Grammys. The front row. And guess what? My lady is right behind me. She's right there. And everybody knows this whole triangle. Come on now, come on. Now, even if you feel like Beyonce doesn't believe Jay-Z has ever spent naked time with Rihanna, she don't want to deal with this all week long. She had what's up there with Tina Turner. Ain't nobody talking about her and Tina doing that thing. All they're talking about is, in her mind, that bitch and my man again. And that's just problems at home for Jay. So Rihanna, you were out of pocket. You have to know better. You've been in the public eye long enough to know that you can't move like that. And this is for all the side chicks. I'm not saying she's a side chick. I'm sure when they go to the Barbados, they live and run naked free on the beaches. I'm sure they do. But for all you girls, you got to understand that there's a time and a place for everything. But in front of millions of people, side chick, slow the head down. And most importantly, again, if you're gonna get freaky, got to have that Febreze.